Hello, I'm Freyja. I'll be playing Sylvia Sutton, the Spacer.
Hi, I'm Legacy, and I'll be playing Roxxie, the Bounty Hunter.
Hello, I am Overthinker, and I'll be playing Vanya, Valiant, the Envoy.
Hello, I'm Solomon, and I'll be playing as Grant Becker, the Scientist.
And hello, I'm Kippahkid, the voice that's behind our impending doom for tonight. So, here we are, the season finale. What a wild ride it's been. But let's do a little recap on what just happened before that got us here. Last time, the crew faced parts of their past within the prism, but managed to escape in time to stop Ronan's assassination attempt. With quick wit and drugs, the crew beat Ronan and established a ceasefire between gangs. With peace on Unity, they could continue their hunt for cash on the Bronze Compass. Landing on Panagos, Roxxie confronted her past, while the crew tried to gain access to the Temple Trail. But when they found Cash bound and kidnapped by her old bandmate Viper, it was revealed that their employer, Dr. Canary, was none other than Pyra Kol, Argus's descendant this whole time. So now, the crew must stop Argus and his granddaughter from using the Bronze Compass and potentially bringing the apocalypse to the frontier. So welcome to Into the Frontier, Season 1 Finale, Episode 9, Rhapsody of Rust. A few months ago, your lives were very different. Roxxie, you were taking on bounties and using the stars to escape your problems. But now, you've begun tackling them head-on. Vanya, you were a pawn in the system forced to go against your ideals. Now, you've stood up for what is important to you.
Fuck the man!
Grant, you were pushing chems and reliving your better days, and now you have the means to redeem your name. And Sylvia, you were all alone working a nowhere job, but now you have family again. Through trials and tribulations these past few months, you all have picked yourselves out of the rut, but it would be all for nothing if Admiral Kol welcomes the Leviathan. However, you have to catch him in Pyra first. Where we left off, Viper has been defeated. Cash is still bound. He came out of the back rooms in this grotto. But Vanya, you were struck by that bass riff from Viper. And your head's been feeling funny since then. You can feel that music inside your head. It's no longer playing, but it's almost like an earworm ringing. And then you see it. Lyric, that AI that normally you can only see when there is some sort of sound playing, is now standing there right in front of you with no outside music.
Hey, buddy.
Hello. It seems interesting. I'm more connected with you now. What happened?
I would love for you to tell me that. I can't hear music with my ears, but it seems like we are hearing it. Is this a brain thing or a psychic thing, you think? Sorry, guys. The invisible guy's back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes,
Totally normal stuff.
totally normal. She just goes, oh, okay. Well, I think it might be a bit of both. Whatever happened, I think, has activated something in your brain. And now, I'm here to stay. I don't know if I can disappear, though. But isn't this going to be so much fun together? I can help guide you.
If by guide you mean point out dangers in a fight and stuff, because that's where we're headed.
She just smiles and then kind of flickers out of your purview, but you can just feel her kind of in your peripheral.
I'm sure that can only be a good thing. Roxxie, how you doing?
Well, that's a question I'm not quite ready to unpack yet. Coming back here wasn't necessarily my first choice, and now we're kind of having to deal with a lot of shit. And I don't have my armor. So I'm kind of there used to be a performance of a thing called Naked and Afraid. I'm more naked than afraid, but there's a little bit of fear there.
We should definitely get you your armor.
Yeah.
At this point, Cash kind of wiggles, his arms still kind of bound behind him. He goes, if you and untie me here a bit, maybe I can get me and the other hostages out and we can go retrieve your armor as you guys go prep for things.
Yeah, it'd probably be best. And Grant will go ahead and just take like a small knife and just cut the ropes binding him.
Many thanks, sir. Man, so, yeah. Shit's pretty bad right now. Yeah, I guess we've all been played for fools right now, and Argus has the means to get there now because Pyra was the one who took the compass this whole time. It's kind of been on her person, and she hid it from you.
You know what it is?
It located this temple. It seems to be some sort of ancient device, something predating the when we came to the frontier. So. It's real old alien tech.
Great. Well, do we know what happens if we break it? Because if we break it, then that might prevent whatever they're trying to do.
I can't say, though. Seems to be we don't really got time for chit chat, so
yeah, let's try stealing it first, though.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. Big ladies in their underwear first.
Which one of us are you talking about?
Either, both.
I'll go.
I promise I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. I'll go first. That's fine. And she'll get up and be the first big lady in underwear.
Bethany will soon follow and goes, I'll rally the Rose Guards as soon as possible. We'll at least try to make a clearing in the trail before then, because I have to warn you, the reason why we don't permit people down there is because whatever that trail, wherever the temple is, it does things to people's minds. People who go down there typically don't come back out.
Oh, we're old hat when it comes to mind tricks at this point.
Seems to be the perfect squad, but I'll have my women secure as much as I can.
Thank you.
Cool. If we fail, nothing good can come from me telling you that. Have a nice day.
Well played.
All right. So, as you guys get everything prepared, Cash gets your things together. What you know now is that Argus and Pyra have gone down the temple trail. They have some ancient alien artifact called the Bronze Compass. And all you know is Argus's motivations is about bringing upon the Leviathan and the apocalypse.
Mhm.
So you have very little information and very little time to catch these two. What do you do in your perhaps final moments of preparation?
Can we get a vehicle? Or is this a matter of running?
Potentially, but it's a narrow trail, so it would be something more akin to like an ATV for each.
Cool. I would like to roll. I have an ability for this.
Okay. Are you going to roll for your favors?
It's not a favor, it's care package.
Oh, yes.
I roll my associated thing, and if I succeed, then I get an item. Which in this case would be, I'd say, several ATVs.
So you're contacting the Void Singers to give you vehicles.
Mm-hmm. Access to our local motor pool, I guess.
All right.
Ooh, a 7 is a partial success. They're going to want something in return,
Yes, so
which
yeah,
I promised them.
on a 7 to 9, you receive it, but in an inconvenient way. And the inconvenience here is because the Void Singers do not have a presence on Panagos, it does have to go through the bureaucratic system, and you will have to get it through the Bellflowers in Meridia, which will take time doing legal paperwork.
Is the paperwork going to take more or less time than running to the temple?
You were unsure.
Great. How about it, gang?
I think we just need to get there as soon as possible. We can't really make any big stops.
Yeah, it might not be completely smart. If we're able to, maybe instead of vehicles, maybe see if they've got any armor.
Yeah, something that would protect us a little bit easier would be better.
On the off chance they have any weapons, it might be good to ask as well.
Okay.
I can
Do you
also,
want to ask the singers or do you want to ask the locals? Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I could always check with the roses. See if they've got anything that they may be willing to spare with us.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be anything big, just anything that'll help quickly.
All right. So you stop by the Rose Guard's armory, and Roxxie, I'm going to need to chat him up. So be suave, and I'll give you an additional +1 because of your relations with them.
You've had relations with them? Dang.
Would you like to know? That is an 8. A partial success.
I will use 2 points of my inspiration to bump that up to a full success.
All right. So yeah, on a full success, you are able to convince them. So effectively, you guys will all have +1 shield added to your threshold.
Excellent. Anything else before we hit the road?
I don't have
Grab
any
our
really.
gear and go.
I don't have any real pull here, so I'm going to try to see if I can't bump up Roxxie's shield with the concoction that I made, hoping that the third time is the charm and that it'll actually work this time. So I will try to do a lend a hand to give Roxxie another level of shield.
All right.
Well, that is a 7.
Okay. So on a partial success for lend a hand, so you're able to achieve this, but it puts you in danger in some way. So I'll say what did you use to add the shield? Like, was it a chem?
Yeah, it was like a little almost like a aerosolized like mist that is meant to harden the skin.
All right. As you do this, a little bit of wind picks up, and like just like right around like the inside of your ear, some of it gets a little bit in your ear. So for a time being, you're going to have a -1 on read the room because your ear is now clogged.
Yeah, I get you. Fair enough. Ah, damn it. Ah, well, worked kind of. Ah, damn.
For brevity's sake, I am now at a shield threshold of 4.
All right.
Sick.
If anybody else would like to help buff up the tank, it would be appreciated.
Sylvia's gonna try to whip together a small shield generator for the tank.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're using lend a hand, or are you trying to make like a separate device?
A separate device. I'm gonna try to slap something together.
All right. And then is there anything Vanya's doing?
I will. I used care package.
Mm-hmm.
The vehicles. I guess we're not taking this time on those. I will just generally ask for favor and try to get one of my favors back from my order.
All right. So you're using your envoy ability.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll want to roll for that one, and that would be the roll that's your background stat. Yep.
Which is wild. Thankfully.
I got a 10.
I got another 7.
All right. So on that 10 for Sylvia, is this effectively working like an extra shield, or is there anything special about it?
It is going to be able to reflect one attack, is what it's geared to. Not like an extra shield, but just be able to repulse something and send it back.
So, Roxxie, you'll have a free use of -1 wound received. And then on a 7 to 9, you must complete a task first, and the Void Singers want you to get a data reading on the temple and send it to them before they'll give you another favor.
Sure. You got it, guys.
All right. So, are you all prepped and ready to head down the temple trail?
Let's go.
Let's do this.
As ready as I'll ever be.
As you approach the trail, the guard station there steps aside, and the forest is split evenly. Patches of metal are strewn across the jungle floor like broken cobblestone. Whoever created this path predated ecstasy, as there's no such uses of metal in the entire town.
Cool. Yeah, Roxxie, behind you all the way.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I figured. All right. I am going to attempt to read the room
All right.
while we are here. I just want to get a general idea of what the current surroundings are, and see if I can, from my little shithead days, can recall any places that might be worth looking into.
Other than the temple?
Probably for like tactical position.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That is a 9.
A 9. So you can ask 2 of these questions of, does anything let out of place? Are there any dangers? What's the best escape route? What's the best way in? How can I best survive? And what's most vulnerable to me?
Well, obviously, one is going to be, gosh, what's the best way in? And are there any dangers?
So for what's the best way in, as you guys are going kind of a little bit more into the trail, you notice that it is oddly symmetrical. The way that the sort of the trees bend almost create like a perfect tunnel, and everything seems a bit neat, as almost if nature is creating the walls for you. So you get the sense that as long as you don't stray off the trail, you should be all right to make it to the temple. For if there are any dangers, you don't see any that are prevalent, but even early at the entrance, you notice that there are old corpses at various stages of decay. None of them look to be as if they received any wounds, but they have laid there in various stages, meaning that people who've come during different years have not made it very far. And as you make this discovery, you all start hearing this metallic klaxon ringing throughout the jungle.
It started.
Someone stripped some kind of alarm or started the process. We need to move.
I whip out sword. No, I will not elaborate.
We gotta get a better name for that thing.
So
It's my monster.
Of course. So as you guys are venturing, are you like running deeper down, or are you like prepared for something to come at you?
We need to get to the temple.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's best that we just keep moving down into the temple as opposed to letting them come to us, because we need to just push our way to them.
All right. So as you're running down, Sylvia, the frequency of this klaxon feels oddly familiar, and suddenly you hear footsteps running behind you. Does anyone look back?
I will.
Yes, Sylvia will too, especially with the remembrance of the klaxon.
You see Ranger and Fido running behind you, but Ranger's not wearing his typical kind of cowboy gunslinger outfit that he's adapted, but wearing the full security gear that you remembered him back from Yana Station. You see her, Miss Sutton, freebooters are raiding Giannis. Quick, before they spot you, we need to find you a hiding spot.
Ranger, this isn't... The Giannis station's already been ransacked. That was quite a number of years ago.
And as you say this, you see Ranger looks like he picks someone up and is running down the trail.
I'll run after him.
Yeah.
Sylvia's going to, and she believes what's going on.
Running towards the temple?
Yes.
Good.
So,
Shit, yeah.
So I don't know exactly what's going on, but that happened many years ago. The exact event happened.
Well, maybe whatever this is plucking off of our memories.
Either that was an illusion or it's literally making time become messy.
Equally
Either way.
possible, right?
I mean, think about what we were dealing with at the beginning of all of this.
Yeah. Seeing the ghosts of all those people.
Not to mention a guy who should have been dead for 50 years.
And we're running as we're having this conversation, I
Yep.
assume?
It's perfectly
Yep,
fine.
yep.
Don't worry about it.
And we can all see this thing, right? This,
yes.
oh, Ranger.
So
All right.
as you're running, you see Lyric pop into your purview again, and she's like right in your way, Vanya. And she goes, "Well, I'm experiencing a lot of brain activity coming from you. Are you experiencing a traumatic event?"
Traumatized?
We're probably about 45 minutes out from the end of the solar system. So yeah, cortisol levels should be up.
Oh. She goes, "Wait, I recognize this place." And then just as she says that, she blips out as Ranger and Fido disappear.
Don't like that. Don't like disappearing robots.
I'm gonna start humming to see if I can get her to come back.
You start humming, but instead of Lyric reappearing, writing suddenly is scrawled upon the trees that are kind of bent into a tunnel shape.
What does it say?
In writing, it states, "Never to be warm again." It is the same exact font and writing that you recognize, Grant, that was in the walls of your family shop.
Yeah, and the same thing that the people suffering from the plague would say. Oh no. If only just to see what else horrible and repetitive throughout the universe, or poetic as some might say, throughout the universe shows up. I'm also going to start humming along just to see what other writing might appear. What other trauma might get dug up.
Writing doesn't appear, but Roxxie, are you still in the front?
Yeah.
Your boots just bang into a metal desk that's been tipped over.
But then you have the steel toes.
That's
Yeah, fuck. Fuck this. Okay. All right. Fuck. All right. I'm just gonna pick the desk up and yeet it.
As you pick the desk up, you see his a man, one that you recognize, a little younger, a little less gray in the beard, but none other than Thomas Becker, the father of Grant. But instead of having his nice little spider chair, his legs are completely mangled.
This isn't my trauma.
No, it's mine. Get out of my trauma.
I don't think I will.
But this is how we bond.
Oh god, this is literally just trauma bonding the run. We're speed running trauma bonding.
We're, as long as we're going quickly. This is what they were talking about, though. This is... I still have music in my head, right?
Yes.
Going on a loop? Yeah. Guys. Sorry, I usually follow that up with, like, words of encouragement. Do you get it, though? Are you encouraged?
Vanya, I want you to roll a weirder things have happened.
Oh boy.
How much weirder can it get?
And that's plus grit?
Yes.
That's a big old 4, baby.
Yeah, Vanya, notoriously great at having grit. So on a failure, for those who are new to the system, this one's a fun one because you actually get more conditions based off the lower you get. So on a miss, you can choose 2 of these conditions. You become uneasy or nauseated. You become drowsy or lethargic. You are hurt +1 wound. Fear overcomes you. Your mind becomes temporarily scrambled, or you begin to hallucinate.
I think we're gonna go... We're gonna go a little scrambled, and you know we're gonna go for hallucinations.
Of course, it's a staple.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm in a tunnel, and I can hear this music. And didn't we all come here through a tunnel? From one galaxy to another?
Oh no, they're waxing philosophic.
Don't we all, in a very literal sense, enter this world? Through a tunnel.
Yeah, we don't have the time to get all philosophical up in this shit. I'm picking Vanya up, throwing them over my shoulder and running.
I've been lifted.
Vanya, as you go up and you kind of start to blink, and for a second, your eyes aren't your own. You're seeing a world filled with binary and code, and your brain is suddenly flooded with knowledge. You don't have control over your body, your motor functions. Simply, you can only watch, and you realize the tint that you're looking through is the same color as Lyric's eyes.
Oh. Hey, buddy. What are you doing here?
Motor functionings and mental facilities have dropped. Initiating improvement override.
What? What are we improving? What are we overriding?
30%, and then it fades as the sound of upbeat music, kind of little jazzy things that you would hear that Vanya you're very familiar with as part of the queue at the Dark Star Casino. And then the music just rings throughout the trail.
Oh, everyone can hear it?
Yes.
It's okay, guys. The Dark Star's not that bad. I mean, it's a fun casino. Just don't cross the boss, you know?
The same casino you guys all got caught into a trap at.
Yeah, Vanya, it's grand.
Absolutely wonderful. I might go play Smurlette later.
Looks over at Roxxie. Are we there yet?
I will turn this ass around if you ask me that again.
Butts.
So, Roxy, are you still barreling through?
Yep, like a fucking dump truck.
So you run like right in. You run right into like a chair and table, but it's firmly planted into the ground. So you just kind of press into it and come face to face with a woman that you recently have come to see a bit with her completely black armored outfit and full helmed visor, being the Queen of Spades, as it looks to be that she would have been sitting across someone. Because,
oh.
So you're the sacrificial lamb Conductor Olchevsky sent to us? Entertain me with an answer. If someone threatened this common man idea your people have, how would you handle it?
I'd fuck them up. I would fuck them up good.
You just
That's not what I said, but...
Yeah, you hear right in your head, Vanya. Lyric goes, that wasn't the response you gave. Registering discrepancy. Change in facilities over time since event occurred. And then she fades from your peripheral again.
We're gonna deal with that in a minute, but you've sent a lot of people to kill a lot of people, and I'm done with it. I'm done. You do bad stuff.
Are you carrying Vanya away while this is happening?
Yep, absolutely.
And I
literally passed right by her as she was asking the question too.
Like, puts an arm around your neck so Vanya can turn around and say, I'm done. I'm not having it.
Yeah, sweetie.
Put some respect on my name.
Yeah, you tell that.
You get
illusion.
There you go.
And as you've been speed running, trying to get to the temple as fast as you can, and eventually it does come into view, you see this large, almost ziggurat-like structure. But blocking the staircase up is a large 16-foot skull trap plant, and you can see two people fighting it. And Roxy, you immediately recognize these two people being Mongolia and Prosper. And as you get close, almost just at the same exact distance that you were back then, they drop to the ground. And all three of you are seeing this.
I thought nobody was out.
We should help them quickly.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No. No.
Oh.
No. And she drops Vanya.
Oh.
And just starts fucking booking it.
But first, Vanya, you're going to lose a shield from that.
Sorry.
But yeah,
Easy come, easy go.
But as you book it, it is almost tit for tat. You can remember every crease, every motion, the same voice rasping out, all as it was that day.
Hey. Yeah. What? Are they okay?
No. They're not. They haven't been for 6 years.
Oh.
If I reach an arm out, are they physical, or is it like once I like reach out, it like kind of like dissipates?
It's physical, but they're unresponsive to you. It's still playing out exactly how the scene happened.
Okay. She'll fall to a knee and just take both of their hands and give them both like a kiss on the top of their hands. And then she'll get up and she's going to lock in place her original black and silver guitar that has a little curved blade on the side. She's going to put it out in front of her, just make sure that it's sturdy. And then she'll walk up to the temple and basically like try to kick down the door.
All right. I'll have you roll a base splits for that. In the meantime, Grant, how are you doing?
I'm mostly just keeping an eye on the rest of the group. I'm doing okay myself. I'm just making sure to keep an eye on, especially on Vanya, given their current mental state. I'm just making sure to keep an eye on like Sylvia and Vanya, just to keep eye on the prize. Gotta focus. Can't let this distract us.
All right. Speaking of Vanya, have you picked yourself up from the ground yet?
Yep. Stands up. I look like I'm going swimming. Huh. What are we doing, guys?
I rolled 7.
Kicking ass.
All right.
Nice.
So 0 to 7.
Thoughts?
I'll get to you in a second. Sylvia, how are you doing?
Sylvia's taken aback about seeing everything that's going on in these illusions that are appearing through time, especially seeing Ranger and that incident. But she's like right behind Roxxie to ensure that she's not alone, especially given what was just seen.
All right. As you kick in these doors, you notice that the temple is not made out of anything you've ever seen before. It looks like it would be made out of brass or bronze or something of that tone, but it looks heavily rusted. But what stands out is that there is a translucent violet shimmer to it. And as you kick in that door, it moves enough to kind of budge for one at a time to squeeze through, but you feel this weird tingling sensation through your body.
Well, I haven't felt something like that in like 5 years.
Psychic ziggurat. That's a funny word. But
she's gonna squeeze. She'll make enough room for a big mass to just shimmy in.
thank you.
Great. So, as you all shimmy in, you're met with this grand interior, large pillars, strange glowing lines running through the metals, but you don't have much time to marvel at it as you spot Argus and Pyra standing by a strange machine positioned as if it were an altar, and the compass is locked in it. As the machine begins to glow, Pyra notices you, and a force field comes up, blocking you from the Kol family.
Grant just like raises his ray gun like he was about to shoot things. Seeing this force field, he's like, ah, bitch.
Did she like trigger anything? Like, is this a force field that's being generated from the surroundings or from her?
It seems to be from her. Did you think that I was so inept to think that you would not follow me?
I don't know you, so I hadn't considered it. Oh, that was rhetorical. Sorry, I got rocked by some psychic thing. Hey guys, I think I got rocked by some psychic thing.
Yeah, you got rocked by some psychic thing.
Okay, thanks. Also, there's a robot trying to reset my brain, maybe? Just, like, table that for now.
Yeah, probably.
Alright,
should.
what?
I don't think this is the time to be talking about this.
No, I agree. The time for talk is over. You've done your parts. You've played soldier. Now it is time. I must close off the black box and keep it from entering in the Praxos system.
Oh, he's gonna monologue at us.
Hang on. Quick question. Just something I don't know if we've ever clarified. Argus and whatever your name is. You know you're gonna die? That's part of the plan?
Yes.
And you, granddaughter, that's part of your plan? This is a suicide pact with your
Sure.
crazy grandpa?
Destruction of the bloodline. Family name gone. Oof.
Which one of you would say is best at reading facial expressions?
I have a special ability specifically for it.
Yeah, I'd like you to roll Know the Tells.
Come on, dice.
You got this.
That's a 7.
All right, so you can ask one of these questions. Do the gestures match the words? Do I notice any nervous tics? Do any reactions seem odd? Or can I earn their trust?
I want to ask about their trust, but I think their reaction is what's important right now. Because I think they're finding this out for the first time. So, does their reaction seem odd?
The way that you see kind of Ira's face kind of scrunch and her demeanor shift, it's more solemn, less of that she just learned now, but more that it was likely information she was not expecting to learn and something that she quickly had to become okay with.
How did you get in on this? Like, I know my friend doesn't want you to monologue right now, but I'm genuinely curious how, like, a professional person with some rep and some money and a life is just like, hey, why don't I dig up a sarcophagus and kill literally everyone?
She looks to her grandfather for a moment and, seeing almost his blank, zealous stare, looks back and goes, I just wanted my grandfather home. I spent years figuring out what happened to the Lady Zark. And now I finally have him back. 100 years.
Yeah, he's home, and he's going to just destroy your home. It doesn't really mean much.
Bring down the force field and we'll help you keep him.
Aren't you even sure that's your grandfather and not something wearing his skin?
And even if it was, which we're not saying that it is, you doing all this effort to bring him back, just for him to basically die again, is it worth it?
I wasn't sure at first, but you saw things going down the pathway, correct?
I mean, he's ruined the minds of several individuals who've caused terrible events in their own locations. Is that what you mean?
I mean, I saw into his memories. I saw what he saw. It's necessary.
Oh. You want to be with him? You want maybe not a future, but you want to stick with him and be on his side and have that relationship? Does he matter more than anyone else?
I became an archaeologist to uncover what happened. I've dedicated my life because the world forgot him, and I want to make sure nothing was forgotten, but I never said that I don't know.
Who will remember him if everybody's dead?
Roxxie, you're about to say something.
And death is as natural as life is. If you want to preserve his memory, bringing him back ain't gonna do anything but cause more problems when he dies. You want to honor him? Let him rest. Because what happens when the pattern happens again and again and again and again until there's absolutely no universe left? Then what?
Roll me a chat him up. I'll give you a +1 for a persuasive argument.
Can we also use my +1 because I have an ability called Don't Shoot, +1 to diffuse tensions and avoid a fight? Can I pile that onto Roxy's roll?
I'll say because you guys are doing this as kind of a group effort, sure.
Cool.
An 11.
11. You see kind of her, or just kind of slump as she goes to deactivate the force field. You're right, this is... And you just see Argus's giant gauntlets hand grab the back of her skull. You don't deserve to die by the Leviathan's hand. Your soul is too precious to be consumed by it. How are you reacting as he's starting to squeeze his granddaughter's skull?
I don't know if telekinesis can get through this barrier, but I'm going to try to hit him as hard as I can.
All right. What's Sylvia doing?
Sylvia is... She's going to try to throw something together to try and disrupt the shield.
All right, like an EMP.
Yeah.
All right, so slap something together for you. Do something inhuman for Vanya. Grant.
I'm as seeing Sylvie tinker. I'm just going to like aim my ray gun and try to basically set it to the highest and strongest frequency that I can for stunning, to try to disrupt Kol whenever the shield drops, just to give us a little bit more time to get Pyra out of there.
All right.
That is an 11.
That's an 11. And Roxxie.
I want to try something a little bit different. Usually my go-to is thwack with sword. This is going to be a bit of a callback. I want to start playing the guitar. I want to attempt to kind of distract him with very off-putting music to make him look at us, throw him off of his game, and maybe fuck with his mind a little bit.
All right. So I'm not going to have you roll for that because you've just triggered a special condition by playing music.
Hell yeah.
Bitchin'.
Bitchin'.
So you make that EMP. What did you get, Vanya?
Vanya, I got a 13.
Got 13. All right.
Yeah.
And you said you're aiming that ray gun on what setting to Argus?
Stun.
To stun. All right. So I'm going to have you roll me a slinging and swinging with your ray gun stat to see if you can stun him.
I did. I got an 11.
Wow. Okay. So what happens here? You set the EMP. The force field goes down. You see Pyra is mid-air at this point, being held by him. The telekinesis fire. The ray gun fires first, stuns the telekinesis, and as his grip starts to like kind of slip off as he starts to get pushed back, the music plays. His eyes widen. He goes, "No, you've brought her back." And as he looks up, you see Vanya, Argus, both looking at the same exact spot as Lyric just kind of cocks her head.
Hey, buddy.
Who's that?
Uh-oh.
Quick mechanical note.
Mhm.
For my 2 effects from a successful hit, I would like to knock him back 10 feet to create space between him and Pyra, and I would like to slippery fingers one of the gauntlets off his arm.
All right.
Is that a thing that works? Can they be removed?
Unfortunately, the gauntlets seem to be removed, but you do kind of tug. His arms kind of tugged out as he's pushed back, and it's almost at the point where he's just like an inch away from re-grabbing Pyra as she like ducks and slips out.
Okay.
And he's, "I understand," and you can hear it too, Vanya. Lyric isn't speaking her normal self, but is in some sort of archaic language, saying something. And Argus begins typing something into the machine.
Hey, whose team are you on here?
Oh, she kind of blinks and looks back at you. I'm on my creator's team.
Who's your creator?
That's not what we wanted to hear.
I cannot say until the observation phase is complete.
Lyric. I'm gonna need you to come clean with me right now. I'm trying to bring this Leviathan thing back.
Oh no. This is an observational study. We are here to not directly influence, but simply see how you react. Goodbye.
React to what?
Aw. Aw.
That was cryptic. I don't like it.
Also,
Get
completely
him.
inaccurate because
Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna focus on shooting Argus. Just can't focus on that now. Threat right in front of me. Just get him.
All right.
Worry about my brain after the galaxy's not dead.
So, as you go to get him, and he lifts his hands up, shaking. Are you still playing the guitar, Roxxie?
Yeah, fuck it, let's go.
All right.
I'll keep playing. Yeah.
So, you see him just kind of grip his head more, but you can hear noises starting to bubble and zap, and from the room behind you hear this almost as something has been activated.
Grant's just gonna like look behind him, just like, the hell was that?
can we see what's been activated exactly or no?
The temple's a little bit more illuminated, but it's not in the main room.
Well, shit.
I need to get to that console. There's a chance that we might be able to reverse this, whatever he did.
Yep.
I'll get him off the console. Still get over there. Grant, see what that was. Roxxie, for the love of space, keep playing.
And-
on it.
Okay, so what's Grant doing?
Grant will run to just see what exactly, if he can determine what might be happening in the outer rooms where things are beginning to like activate. So he'll probably try to like read the room in the outer area.
All right, and Sylvia, you're going to the console.
Yes.
And I'm
Spider
going to
legs
try and
up,
make sure
he's
that-
running.
Yeah, I'm going to try and make sure Sylvia does not have a Kol to fight when she gets there. By throwing him.
All right. So I'll get you read the room first for Grant.
Alrighty, and I still have the -1 because my ears got fucked up by my own chems. That's an 8.
All right. So on an 8, you may. So you have the same questions. You can ask 2.
Okay. Are there any dangers in these from these outer rooms being activated? And I'm gonna go ahead and go with does anything else look out of place?
It's hard to tell if anything looks out of place because this is a complete literal and figurative alien structure. But what you can tell is the little kind of lines like that we're running through are now all looking as if they're serving as power cords to whatever is it's charging. But as for dangers, nothing seems like this is like a doomsday device or anything, or that there's something waiting for you. It feels like something has been activated, but whatever it is can't do anything to you.
It's charging up, gang. Everything's going glowy. It's all like power cables.
All right, so to throw Argus, I'm going to have you do something in human, so not a swinging and swinging. And Sylvia, are you trying to like hack into the console or?
Yes, she's going to try to hack into the console.
Right, and you do have a hacker ability, correct?
I believe I did. Yeah, I'm in. Whenever attempting to hack a system, roll plus wits.
All right, so I'll want a inhuman from Vanya and an I'm in from Sylvia.
11.
All right, so this man is a brick house of a man, so the most you can get him at this stage is a few feet away as he's actively resisting, but it's enough for Sylvia to sneak in.
That's a 9.
9. So on a 7 to 9, you get in at a cost. So in this, you're able to access it, but the issue is this is all in an alien language that you do not understand.
Does anyone speak alien? Because I don't understand a lick of what this is.
There's like thousands of different Xenos languages. That's a typecaster.
Me?
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, wait a second. Don't you have a brain chip? Your brain augmenter.
Oh yeah, doesn't Sylvia have the brain chip too?
No, I have eyes.
Oh, you have the eyes. Okay.
Oh, so yeah, so it's on me. I'll be running that way. It's like, anyone speak alien? Hello.
So,
All right.
as you run through, as Roxy's still playing, you notice Argus is starting to like clear a bit. He's about 5 feet away from you guys, but he's still actively like fighting against Lyric as you look through it, and being that it's an ancient language that your brain chip has never actually encountered or was programmed to encounter, it takes a small moment to sort of build the language, and what you realize is what's activated has been a teleporter.
Sending or receiving?
Sending.
Oh, not sure that's better.
Is there a way to cancel the teleport?
There is. I will say you get one thing that it can't quite register as it's alien language, so it deciphers into the best it can, and you can tell that it's sending you to a place called the Bronze Star, which notably Odyssey, the system star, is a bronze color.
Is this thing going to teleport us to the sun?
I'd rather it didn't. I don't have the SPF for that.
Is the sun hollow?
That's a horrifying fucking question.
More horrifying, is it actually a star and not some sort of vessel?
I'd rather we not find out. That's above our pay grade.
I agree.
I'm going to square off with Kol and say, what the hell are you doing?
I learned it from her. You have her too, I see it.
She's not talking to me. Explain or we'll just kill you and stop all of this.
The people who came before us, the people who were initially eaten by Leviathan, they built an artificial star. They changed the solar system and bent it to their will.
Cool. Will it save us or kill us?
They control the black box inside of it.
I look at Grant. I'm like,
So that means that there's controls for the black box inside the star.
Yes.
is it insane that I entirely believe him?
No, because we're being teleported to the star. There's no other reason why that would happen.
Let her ride. As they say in the casino.
Can
Let
I
it ride.
change the targets of the teleport?
No. It seems that this temple is designated specifically to send people to the stone.
Well, we should have asked for more pay.
If we can get Argus out of here, we'll get teleported before him.
I can't let that happen.
He's got some connection to the thing, Lyric. But you, turns to Pyra, you should run.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask me twice.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Go. Be gone.
Fucking go.
Have a good life. Bye.
Do I keep playing?
At this point, I think so.
Got it. And she speeds up on the guitar.
Really
Here
testing your.
comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Get it right, sweaty. It's Wonderwall by Oasis thing.
Yeah, that sounds about right, honestly.
Okay, Cole.
So, what will it be? A standoff? Or will we go there together?
Sounds like if there's going to be a standoff, it's going to be wherever we're headed.
Yeah, and if you keep trying to destroy everything, we're going to kill your ass, so.
And either way, we're sealing the box.
Deactivate her. We'll be temporary allies until we understand what this Xenos are up to.
Sounds good. Truce.
And deactivate.
He's saying to stop playing the guitar. Yeah.
Oh, hey. Roxy, buddy.
Yeah, I'm good.
We're good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Good playing, by the way.
She'll stop.
But I hope you know that closing the black box off from the Praxo system might be the only way. The Leviathan has been fed plenty. It's growing in power. The reason why I'm out here, the prism is growing weaker, because the Praxo system has been feeding more and more people by sending them to here. People die every trip. And if you can't understand that, then when the Leviathan does come and the people are not prepared, those deaths, those anguish is on you.
But it's not strong enough to get out right now. If we stop any more people from entering the black box, period, and isolate the entirety of this system, it can't get out.
Like you can stop people from fleeing the system. Praxos has become a corporate trap. People will want their freedom, and they'll get it one way or another.
We won't know until we get there.
Yeah, and when it comes to changing the rules on what is and isn't possible, I'll take the word of an engineer over a washed out admiral.
This guy sneers. Watch your tone, Singer, as he starts to walk towards the teleporter.
All right. I guess everyone on. We're going on a trip.
Bitchin'.
Bitchin'.
Absolutely bitchin'.
As you enter the room and you see this large glowing column, it is the same magenta light that you've seen from the prism. As Argus steps in, his face just complete and like this dour expression, pure conviction, as he just stands and you see his body begin to kind of evaporate into it.
Oh, that doesn't look pleasant.
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah, probably a lot.
Sylvia's gonna jump into the stream and just start screaming.
Go into the void, go into the void. And Roxxie will follow.
All right.
We should have asked for more money, and then Grant will just step in.
Weird day. And Vanya goes in.
All right. As you all feel yourselves disappear into this magenta light, it's not too dissimilar as when you get taken into the prism, but then you feel this weird pressure as if something's like grabbing your stomach and yanking you up, like going down on a roller coaster. And suddenly you all come tumbling onto this hard metal floor filled with cogs moving and spinning as platforms shift vertical, horizontal, diagonal in ways that you didn't think are physically possible. And a voice rings throughout the interior that you have now realized you are inside Odyssey, the system sun, and now you're hearing a voice very similar, Vanya, that you understand to lyrics as it goes. Presence activated. Gatekeeper notified. Defense protocols initiated. And you all see red lasers pointed right on you as you just hear zzz noise.
Fuck.
So-
Grant is going to start immediately trying to dive for cover.
All right. So you're trying to dive for cover. What's Vanya doing?
Vanya will also go for cover and say, if we get music up, I can ask Lyric to turn this off.
Bet. And she'll start playing the guitar. She don't give a shit.
All right. So you're standing there.
Absolutely. We gotta listen. There's pain in art. Smokes joint.
All right. And Sylvia, what are you doing?
She is trying to get behind cover too.
All right. So for those of you trying to get cover, I want you all to roll me a hold down the fort.
And that is grit. All right.
Correct.
That's actually a 10.
Is that from Vanya?
Yes.
All right.
Got a 7.
All right. And from Grant?
That's a 10.
10. All right. So Vanya and Grant, you're able to dive like just barely as you see these lasers go. Like, you can assume that it would cut through some of the toughest metals. Obviously, this is designed to not damage the structure, but you narrowly avoided getting struck. On a 7 to 9, for you, Sylvia, you're able to dive out of the way, but the laser catches you right in your spider backpack.
No,
So-
my backpack.
Not the spider backpack.
Until you're able to repair your spider backpack, you're unable to use that ability.
Oof.
That sucks.
As for Argus, who also stayed in place along with Roxxie, as you guys take the brunt of it, I'm going to wipe 2 of your shields right there, Roxxie. But now that you've dodged, the robots don't leave. They look to be charging back up. So this is your gap to go on the offensive.
Does the music bring lyric back?
Yes. So, both you and Argus seem to be looking in the same direction. It seems lyric manifests in the same spot.
Cool.
You see her, so you do see her too.
Yeah, I've got a chip in my brain. Why can you see her?
I'll explain when we don't have lasers threatening us.
On premise that we're both alive? Sure. Lyric, can you shut off these defenses and keep us alive?
Oh, I don't control the Bronze Star.
Can you tell me where the control panel is?
It shifts. It's kind of like a labyrinth.
Can you be helpful at all?
I can help be your guide through the labyrinth once we are not under physical duress.
Cool. Kol, you've been talking about being a badass? Demonstrate.
Is anyone going to attack with Kol, or are you just going to let him do his thing?
Sylvia's going to try to grab one and hack into it.
All right, so I want an I'm in from Sylvia, and I won't give you any negatives now that you're familiar with hacking into this tech.
Grant is going to focus on making a just like whipping up a quick smoke screen to sort of give us a little bit more, give the group as a whole a little more cover. Hopefully, like getting their laser, like getting the sights to stop hitting us and maybe give us a little more room to maneuver.
That's an 8.
All right, that's an 8 for that. And for Grant, I'm going to have you do, because you don't have slept something together, correct?
I do not.
All right, so I'll just have you do a base wits for that. And while you're doing that, you feel your ear pop. It seems to be your solutions finally gotten out.
Oh, thank God. I will use one of my inspiration points to turn that 9 into a 10.
All right. So you set up a quick smoke screen as Sylvia, you use your ability, so let me grab that one. So on a 7 to 9, you get in at a cost. So you hack it, but as you're doing so, you accidentally preemptively cause the laser to fire. Kind of like when you were repairing Kilotron way back when. But
It's a learning experience.
learn by putting your hand on the stove and then putting your hand on the stove 3 more times because that's the scientific method.
It's not scientific unless you can replicate it.
So how much shield do you currently have?
I have 1.
1? Alright, so you lose your shield and take 1 wound. But you do hack into it. And Roxy's jamming.
Roxy's seeing people in the attack, and so she's while strumming her guitar, going to like glide her way over to one of the robots. And then after letting off another like chord that's like super crescendo, she's gonna use that as a leverage to bash the bash one of the robots in the head.
All right. So all of you do singing and swinging.
Singing and swinging.
Or in this case, strumming and smashing.
You gotta make it sound a little smoother.
Rashing and bashing.
There we go.
Yeah.
So
Eight.
all right. So you can pick one of the options. Since it's our first time actually doing singing and swinging, wow, we made it halfway through the episode without Roxxie smashing something. Character development.
Aha.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to do extra damage, and I know that this bitch is gonna try to hit me back, so I'm gonna use that free -1 to my wound.
Thanks.
All right.
Sylvia.
So these lasers have been doing 2 wounds. So as it fires through, the shield activates and it initially goes through that and dilutes it. So you only take one away from your shield instead of 2. But as you do that and your blade comes down, it smashes it and you just see it burst. And at the same time, Argus had taken his gauntlets and clapped it together to cause a sonic shockwave, causing all the other robots to smash against the wall. And Sylvia, as you have your little eyebot under control, so effectively when you do slinging and swinging, you'll automatically have a +1 wound whenever you're using the laser. But as this happens, you in the smoke screen, how is it set up? Like, is it obscuring your vision as well, or is it like tactically placed?
It's more tactically placed. Like he would have originally done it when we started out, but he's gotten to like used to fighting with his crew, so he's being very careful with how he has it set up.
All right, so you can see it's not too obvious, but inside the robot kind of eyes open up. Even smaller robots come out of it into a swarm.
I would like to, if I have the opportunity, was talking to Lyric my whole thing, or can I do another thing?
You can do another thing.
Cool. I know Grant can read alien, and we're not currently engaged in the fighting. So if Lyric is giving me a rough direction, I'd like to grab Grant and start to head off towards some kind of control console. Maybe leaving Argus none the wiser to our departure. I trust him, but I've learned some things over the past few weeks about how much you should trust someone.
All right, so you're fleeing from the robot swarm?
If he'll come along, yeah. Grant?
Yeah, Grant. If Vanya says this, tells him that this could just shut
I think
all
I've got a
these.
lead.
Yeah, he'll go with it.
All right.
And you hear Lyric, because it's funny that you had Roxxie play it, because remember, Lyric is now able to appear when she wants. So mostly you guys just fucked with Argus by playing music.
I'm fine with that.
But you hear her, you go, oh, that's a good thing you got away from that. The spores are almost released.
Boris?
Hey guys, get clear. There's spores too.
As Vanya says that, I'm going to need to hold down the fort from Roxxie and Sylvia. as the little nanobots begin to release this almost like a DEET spray into the room.
9.
Ooh. 5.
I will
Ooh.
the last 2 points of my inspiration to at least bring Roxxie's up to a partial success at a 7.
All right. So a 7 to 9, something goes wrong, but you didn't completely fail. As you guys kind of duck out of the way and you inhale a little bit of it, and as you breathe it in, something begins to feel kind of weird, like reality begins to feel kind of wonky. As you see, Argus is using kind of his gauntlets to just punch them away, the robots, and he just, oh, this isn't right. And for you two, for a brief second, the walls of the star inside shift and look very similar to how the lady's arc looked. And then when you get out of the proximity, it goes back to normal.
Shit.
Maybe we should tell Grant to pick up some of those spores.
Yeah.
But currently, to your knowledge, Argus is in the room full of spores that made it look like he's back on the lady's arc.
Well, if with any luck, maybe Argus is a little bit preoccupied.
God damn it. I'm gonna go over to Argus.
How do you do that without consuming the spores?
I've been doing a lot of experimental telekinesis lately, but the one thing I did learn how to do early and well was create wind. So I'm
That
just
is
gonna
true.
try and clear them out.
Not going to try to hold your breath like in the arena?
Nah, because I need to be able to talk to him.
Speaking of the arena, hold on, I have that around here somewhere. The breather. I made one that was above a 10.
That's true, you never used it.
Catch!
I love a late stage MacGuffin.
Perfect.
Call back.
All right. So yeah, you could use the rebreather.
Cool. I'm gonna go over to Argus Cole and be like, hey, that was probably really scary, but you're here, you're with us, you're in the star. Take this, you'll be able to breathe normally.
As you get those words out, as he swings over and one of his fists are coming right at you.
Block with energy. Just let him hit a wall.
All right, do something inhuman. If you fail, you'll be taking wounds.
$11.
11. All right. You successfully make a shield as you guys watch as his gauntlets hit into Vanya's shield, and it just creates this just psychic concussion as both of them just get pushed back to the opposite sides of the room.
It's okay to be angry. It's not okay to be hurtful. I'm trying to help you here.
I hear them. I hear the screams again. I failed them.
You
100,000.
can redeem yourself now. Focus.
Roll me a chat 'em up.
Can I get a bonus for I feel like I'm trying to prevent conflict here.
Yeah, I'd say you're trying to de-escalate.
Did not think I would be on this guy's side during this session.
Yeah, I don't think that was on anyone's bingo card.
Playing a good guy is complicated, but I did roll a 10.
All right. So, hand me the damn breather. You need to stop seeing this shit.
I give it to him.
Yes. I'll make right of my wrongs. Remember, idleness and hopefulness. Naivety is the killer of the most skilled man. It's knowing which poison to choose. And he begins to walk off.
I think his word about naivety, Vanya has a distinct moment of realizing that she has moved closer to that perspective over the course of this adventure. And follows. And hopefully we all head to this control room post haste.
All right. As you follow Lyric's directions, you find yourself on this like circular elevator. It's like a more of a platform that lifts up on it, like floats up on its own. All right, this should lead us to the next stage of the chambers.
Is it more defenses? Can you tell me?
I cannot tell. I'm not the system programmed into the star.
Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate you anyway. I think.
You know, she helps you, she hurts you, you don't really know. As you get raised in this platform, you end up in this room that almost looks like a observatorium, not like the ones with the big telescopes, but the kinds where there's sort of that circular seating and then the dome top where they kind of show like space.
Mm-hmm.
And you just hear this robotic voice that just goes, "Welcome, visitors. Come take a seat. Learn our history. It's the great Makosian Empire."
Koshin.
Oh, sure, now they break out the welcome wagon.
I take a seat.
All right. Anyone else sit in the auditorium?
You know what? Sure, why not?
Sure.
Yeah.
Our countdown to apocalypse is recovering from a panic attack right now, so let's learn some stuff.
And I'll say that when you got the message, it seemed more like an automated message rather than the system welcoming you.
Right.
Yeah, almost as if you're like entering like a theme park room.
For sure.
And when you all sit, the dome glows, and you begin to receive these images telling of the planet that you know of Isos. What you know of Isos is that it can be confirmed to be tropical. It is the closest to Odyssey, and nobody has been able to access it due to intense solar flares. So there have been no adventurers to have gone to Isos and come back. But what you see here completely flips that narrative on its head. Here, Isos is more or less a glorified rock. It is no life or anything. And the star system is reversed. There was a different sun on the other side, all the way to where Tirius was. Tropical, paradise, everything. But as this fungus-like specimen began to grow and grow and grow and turn into this near humanoid-like being, these translucent creatures with oblong features, you can almost see their brain through it with fungal patches of their origins marked through. They began to develop more and more to become the Mycosians, the greatest minds of the system. And as the story goes, they built their own paradise. They built their own star. And to ensure that they could control it, they destroyed the natural star of the system, causing Tirius to wither away from closest to furthest and become the ice planet that it is today.
Assholes.
That explains what the Harbinger meant.
I'm gonna guess that the Harbinger looks like one of the Mycosians.
No.
No, that's worse.
So is the Harbinger before these guys or after?
That you do not know. These guys aren't telling the tale of the Harbinger. It's very much of a propaganda video to show how great the Mycosians are.
I'm guessing it doesn't include anything about the black box at all.
No, but it does include that they created Odysseus, or Odyssey.
Now, is this room just the auditorium? Or, like, if we get up and, like, walk around, would we be able to find other rooms?
Well, let's give me a read the room.
Alright.
While they're doing that, does it say how they got rid of the natural star? Use the one that's more scientific, that at least for our knowledge is more scientifically appropriate, is causing it to start fusing hydrogen and turn to a supernova, but it didn't destroy the planets near it. So how they just blip it out of existence?
That it does not cover.
Of course not. Fair enough.
9.
9. All right, you can ask 2 questions.
Is there anything out of place? And the question that I actually want to ask isn't technically on the list.
What's the question?
Basically, I want to see if there's any doors to any other rooms.
Okay, so I can wrap that into both of that.
Okay.
Because the thing that does look out of place, you see that there are 2 other doors in the east and west wing, but the one at the north, kind of at the very back of the seats, looks to be a what would have been an employee-only room.
I would like to check out that employee-only room.
All right. So you try to enter it, but it seems locked. The locking system almost looks runic in nature, with how like the geometric lines are running through. There's no door handle or reader, so you're not sure how to open it.
Hey, you guys should come here. Check this out.
All right.
What'd you find?
Looks like to be an employee-only office, but look at the lock system.
like symbols. Does my translation actually like show any like actual like word translation, or is it basically just symbology?
Above the door, you can understand it to be like restricted access, but the actual door looks to just be symbols.
Okay. Yeah, access is really restricted, but something tells me that we might actually get something useful if we get in there.
Sylvia, do you want to try your way, or I can try mine?
Attempt, but there might be a chance that it's going to trigger something. And considering what we just managed to get out of,
Yeah, but I think that a chance of us not triggering something is better, because if we just bust it down, that's definitely going to cause problems.
that's fair. If you want, I can proceed to try.
Go ahead.
All right, she's going to try and hack it.
All right, me and I'm in.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. So you get it at a cost. It takes you, as you're trying to ramp through, you realize that in this system, it is creating almost a pattern with as you touch it. As you touch the door, it kind of glows. And it takes you a couple tries to figure out the pattern, but as once you do, it opens. But when you do so, you have this eerie feeling as if you've caught something's notice.
So I'm not 100% sure. The door is open, but I might have got caught.
Do we know what getting caught entails?
Probably more
I-
robots.
Don't know. But considering there's no alarms, it might be sentient.
Let's head inside and see if anything reacts.
Yeah.
So, as you head inside, it looks like this is a storage area. It seems to be various artifacts or things that they weren't putting on display have been kept here. And you don't know where, but you almost hear an unlatching noise in response to all of you entering.
Don't like that noise. Don't like it.
Where did it sound like it came from? The unlaunching noise?
It's hard to tell given how sound resonates. I'll give you a base wits roll if you want to try to hone in on where that sound came from.
I think, if possible, Vanya's staying in the astrarium thing and keeping an eye on Kol. Or is he, like, gone back to his former self?
That is a 12.
All right, that's a 12. So as you're looking, so are you in the room still looking at Kol, or did you go? You said you went back into the astrarium area.
Oh, if he followed everyone in, then I'm with everyone.
Okay, yeah, he's been sort of on the perimeter, half lucid, staring at the dome, and you realize that clicking noise came from beneath your feet as the trapdoor opens.
Great.
This got
Balls.
wildly coyote.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
And somebody doesn't have their spider backpack right now.
Damn you, dice.
I would like to... I've slowed my descent.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'd like to go wild and try to slow all of our descent.
Okay, so if you roll partial, I'm going to say you can choose 2 people to slow.
Cool.
Never Argus Kol.
Argus isn't in the auditorium. He's not in the staff room. He's hanging out in the auditorium.
Oh, that's right.
Ah.
Yes.
I did get an 11 though.
Okay. So nobody takes any damage. And you all enter into a chamber that looks very similar to when you were in Arctics 5. As in this weird tank, you see a figure very similar to the Harbinger, but a different color, floating in stasis.
Good. Grand. Great.
Hot.
Really? Now?
I mean, this one might be nicer. It is a different color.
You know I have a type.
I'm just not even. Well, is it even awake? The Harbinger talked to us. Hell, it talked to us in a way kind of throughout the station. This one's quiet. Don't know if I'd like that.
Well, remember what the Harbinger had said was when they were awake means, or when he awakens, that meant that the Leviathan was coming. So what's the implication if there's another one that's just asleep?
It means it's here.
Well, it means that we need to keep this one asleep.
Well, if one, upon waking, it's coming, this is either going to bring it or send it back.
I don't like the fact that it's 50-50, basically.
Yeah.
If there is like a panel or like a readout or any sort of like files, Grant is going to just basically try to learn as much as he can about what this figure is and see if he can figure out if this is a thing we want to wake up or if this is definitely one we want to keep as much asleep as possible.
All right. So there is a console, though you will need to probably brute force it to get access.
Okay.
So you might need Sylvia's help because you actually have your hacker with you this time.
Yeah. Sylvia, you think you could help me out here?
Yep, I'm on my way.
Cool.
Once that's done, how do we get out of here to Roxxie?
That's 14.
Let me take a look, see if I can find an exit route. Can you
Alright.
please read the room?
Yes, you may read the room.
Read.
Peace.
She knows her ABC.
Ah, 14, baby.
All right.
14's back.
So you can ask 3 questions.
How the fuck do we get out of here?
That's a good one. So the easy way is that there does look to be a door that leads out, but you're still kind of deeper into the star, so you don't know where that would lead to. Otherwise, you also notice that there seems to be kind of this ribbing on the wall, which could imply that there could be an activation to drop a ladder.
All right. How can I best survive?
Best survive, probably not touch things you don't understand. This is still a very unfamiliar environment, and you don't know. Say, if you can access the ladder, that might be better because you don't know what the door will lead to or what it might set off.
And what is most vulnerable to me?
The tank.
Oh, tank.
Possibly. We'll see. We're trying to learn.
Tank.
Maybe the tank. We'll see.
Please don't break the tank.
Roxxie, no smash yet.
Possibly smash momentarily.
Also, there's some rope that we can use to get out of here. There's a door, but I'm not too.
Yeah, I'd rather we not go too far into the great unknown. Let's try to focus on getting back to where we know it's safer.
Yeah, we
after
don't want to
we-
open a door and have the full force of the sun flooding in.
Yeah, it would suck.
All right. So as you enter in the computer and look through the loadout, given the time it's taking for you to basically reconstruct this language, it kind of feels like it's like an old Windows computer booting up.
Vista.
Gross.
Windows 3.
So you have no idea. You are wasting time trying to understand this. You have no idea what Argus is up to from above. But what you finally do understand is you get a readout on this thing, and it has been labeled Harbinger of the Titan.
Kaiju battle?
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
the other,
seems like it.
the other one was labeled Harbinger of the Leviathan.
So
you-
there's. I gotta go make sure Kol isn't slitting our throats.
Yeah, get that ladder down and you go up and check on him. Fuck.
Cool.
Do you spend more time reading on it?
I'm going to Sylvia. You go ahead and focus on helping the others with whatever they're doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's unlocked now, so.
Yeah, so I can just read through the files. So I'll focus on
I'll stay with Grant just in case something happens. I don't think that it should be a 3-in-1 split.
Yeah, we shouldn't leave Grant here with the tentacle monster.
Absolutely. As soon as you can, make like smashed tomatoes.
All right. So, Team Ladder, you still would need an activation code to get that done. So, you'd probably need Grant to drop it for you.
that. Can I figure out a quick way to just like where is the button that says ladder?
Yeah, you can do that. So you drop it down, and Vanya and Sylvia, you two are the ones going up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As you climb up, you start hearing in the auditorium this classical music is being played, and Argus is no longer in the room.
Damn it.
Did he just stab us in the back?
I don't think so. I think the classical is the Leviathan's influence. It was everywhere in the ship, remember? And it was driving him crazy.
I'm gonna just give you a quick refresher. That was also what played when you had lyric injected in you.
Right, yeah.
Unless you're
Rip up a couple
saying. Oh,
Huh.
go ahead.
No, just we gotta find this guy.
Yes. Is there any inclination of where he went?
Do either of you have anything that would be relevant to tracking?
We have a one-shot psychic detector.
Oh my god, yeah, we still haven't used that.
We just got a goodie bag of MacGuffin.
MacGuffin bag!
click. I'll save this for later. It's later.
Quick, to the random bag of bullshit.
Random bullshit go.
All
You
right,
knew you
so
had a bag of holding.
as you activate your psychic detector, we're going to go back to Nerd Squad. So sorry, nerd and bodyguard. As you're reading more on this, I'm not sure how Grant likes this information, but as you read this, you quickly realize that there was an astral beast called the Titan. It has been turned into Odyssey. The Mycosians, you don't know how, but that's how they built the star, was through this. And they use the Harbinger to control the rooms and how it shifts.
Fuck. Okay.
Oh, what's up?
So, this guy is the Harbinger of the Titan, which is the beast that the Mycosians basically use the essence corpse. No, the translation's weird. To make this entire station and this fake sun. And now this guy's basically being kept in stasis so that way they can use him to control it. Or well, would, except they're all fucking gone. So I don't know what waking him up would do. It would probably get rid of the sun, which would be bad for a lot of planets around here. Idea. Could I look through the files to see if there are any listings of other stations with harbingers? Because there's one on what we called Antheus, and there's one here. Are there others possibly?
Oh, yes. Antheus. I was saying a different planet this whole time.
That's all good.
Yes. That's the planet that's next to Antheus.
Yeah, it's the other one.
Yeah, it's deep space. We don't care.
It's true.
Yep. So, yes, Antheus. Yes, so Antheus had that Harbinger, but there's not data on any other known Harbingers.
Okay, so I'd ask. We'd let the other one go. I kind of want to let this one go, but again, if he's controlling an entire false sun and the sun goes bye-bye, that's bad. I think we should go and talk to the others about what we found out here. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that might be our best bet. I'm just, if there's a possibility for other creatures like this, what happens if all of them get awoken?
The station here didn't have any listings of other stations, but who knows? There could be any number of other harbingers. I almost want to wake this one up just to ask, but again, he controls the sun station, and if the sun goes by, and if the sun goes kaput, so does everything that's using this sun. So I definitely think we should bring this to the others, tell them it's entirely possible. I personally think it's very likely there's other harbingers. Maybe we'll find one that can help.
Maybe.
I hate leaving this guy hanging when we let the other one go, but again, ethical triage here.
Yeah. Unless we can find a way to convince him willingly to stay.
Yeah, but who knows what he'd be wanting to do after millennia in a coma. basically.
Maybe we can do, I don't know, a little bit of research.
Yeah, we'll try to. I say we try to find out as much as we can from the rest of this place, and then if nothing else, we can come back here. Especially since we have Vanya's friend able to lead us through this place. Even if it shifts, we should be able to find our way back.
Right. See what we can find out about them. Maybe a safe way to get them something that they need or want. And in kind, they stay and protect them. Son.
Yeah. If anything, they might just be willing to stay on the station and basically perform upkeep. So we'll see. Ladies first, up the ladder.
All right, so while those two were dealing with existential revelations, how have you handled the disappearance of Argus? Did you all run after him with the psychic detector, or are you waiting for the other two?
I said they should catch up. If we've got a direction, I think we're going.
Yeah, we should head after Argus.
All right. So you guys head after Argus, and you eventually find yourselves in this platform that's kind of floating between the different layers, like not going up like the previous one, but more kind of a horizontal, much larger platform. And you can see Argus is standing over a something, but you can't tell what.
Approach.
All right. So as you can ride the platform down into this lower piece, and you realize that you have been brought to the control room. And attached to all the wires and consoles and everything is a pod. And inside the pod, you see a being, long, stretched out, humanoid shape, translucent, seen partially through the head, with various fungal growths that have taken over large swaths of its face and body. You realize that you are currently staring at a Mycosian.
Huh.
Is it dead?
As Argus looks up, because I don't know, but this is where Lyric sent me.
So,
Lyric's the thing that's in your guys' head, right?
yeah. Some kind of Lyric, you're an AI made by Mycosians. Is that an accurate assessment?
You are correct.
Yeah. Huh. Quick read on Kol. How's he doing?
He, from basic look, are you doing know the tells, or you just want to get like a baseline read?
I'll make a roll about it.
Right.
Nope. Too much going on right now.
Too much going on, all right. So he just seems perplexed baseline, but he hasn't done anything yet. And it's at that point, Grant and Roxxie, you guys climb back up to find nobody is in the auditorium.
Right. Good. Love this. Great start. Follow the music.
The music's just playing in the auditorium.
Oh, good. That's great. Is there maybe like a series of doors that were left open, or is it just a
If there was, things have shifted.
fuck?
Do we have comms? We have comms, right?
Yeah, you've had comms.
Oh, right. I forgot. I just didn't know if they would work here. I'm gonna try to get in contact with them.
Right. You are able to contact.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, we found the control room and a mycosian. So you want to take a look around?
Fuck.
Yeah, I'll look around.
You think you could have Lyric give us or whatever the hell that thing's name is, give us a way to
It's
where
Lyric.
you are? Okay. Give us a directions from where the auditorium is now to where you are currently. Because we found out some stuff. I hate it, but we found it out.
May be able to do you one better. Just give us a sec.
Okay.
Can you use this stuff to get that room over here?
Possibly, but I can't read the language.
Kol, can you read these? Been around this stuff longer than we have.
And what then? I bring your companions here and you stab me in the back.
If I was going to stab you in the back, I'd have left you in the hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Fair enough. If anything, I'm a man of honor. You've saved me, so in turn, I'll repay it. As he hooks up to the console, and you see a platform swing right towards you two, Roxxie and Grant.
Oh, good. Okay.
And for the record, a what's then approach ignores the base concept of hope, which is keep taking chances until you're out of them. Give it a try.
You lose hope when you lose as many people as I did due to my own folly.
Well, you got a chance to make it right. It's up to you now. Inner strength is giving yourself hope, and you can't find it anywhere else.
I don't need a life coach. We need to save the Praxo system.
You do need a therapist, and then we can save the Praxo system. But also both at the same time.
He kind of looks a little bewildered at Vanya, then to Sylvia. He goes, and you've not gone crazy yourself dealing with the Void Singers this whole time?
I might already be crazy. You don't know.
You know, this has all been one thing of madness. Everything I touch goes mad. Maybe that's why you weren't awakened. You're already there.
This is also just kind of how we are. Like, we're not less weird than this when we're just on our ship.
And somehow you were able to follow me all the way here. Foiled by, frankly, a bunch of idiots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kinda.
That's just something about your plan, doesn't it? As Grant just walks in.
If we're the idiots, we followed the fool.
+1 psychic damage. that was spicy.
Ooh.
Anyway,
I see Roxxie doing a little guitar riff after that diss.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so goes,
Yeah, we found some more things. We're fucked.
Care to elaborate?
So yeah, that guy's the harbinger of the Titan. who has used corpse essence, don't know how best to describe it, the translation was weird, to make this sun, and then kept basically in a coma to control it. And if he wakes up, probably not going to have a sun here anymore. Probably going to be pretty mad that he was kept in a coma for eons, millennia, grand amount of time.
Yeah, so we were brainstorming. There might be a way that we can make a deal with it. Provide it with a service. Get it to stay.
Maybe.
Oh. So when I work with the Harbinger, it's bad and you try to stop it, and now you're trying to do with it. It's hypocrisy.
Well, we're trying to keep the sun up.
And I'm trying to keep a system alive.
Yeah. Same side. Both of you take it down a notch.
Vanya, do you have a way how to contact the Harbinger that is out there right now? We could just ask.
That's a question. Also, what's that? And he just points to the mycosian.
Oh, that's our friend.
Is it in stasis?
Yes, this is
Is
my
it
coach, and
alive?
he appears to be in stasis. Can you and Sil work on this control panel and see what we can just do by pressing buttons?
That, honestly, having someone here who might know a bit more about this place probably help. So yeah, sure, I'll work with Sylvie.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Also, he's a really fun guy to hang out with.
I hate everything about that entire sentence.
All right. So, tag teaming together, it doesn't take you long to understand that the AI, when you entered the Sun, or when you entered Odyssey, had mentioned the gatekeeper who was going to be notified. This is the being that controls the black box.
This guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. Oh boy.
Great. Awesome.
Can we tell, like, in the computer system, if the being that controls the black box actually has free will, or is only obeying programming?
You can't quite tell, but it doesn't look like there's been any updates to its actions since timeline-wise, nothing has changed since the action to actually open the black box to the Praxos system. So to your understanding, is this being is the reason why the black box opened in your system in the first place. But after that, there's been no actions.
Okay. I had a couple of theories running around, but all of them lead to we wake up this mycosian and ask it to close the box forever.
But if waking it up, I'm just thinking back to the Harbinger. That one had to wake up to get the Leviathan here. If we wake this one up, does the black box just go away?
Maybe.
You must understand. And Roxy, you were about to say something?
I wonder if there's a way to close the box ourselves. You know?
Like transfer control of it to us.
Yeah. I mean, if he's already here, that thing might not be too far off. If we can somehow get control over the black box, close it off ourselves and seal it.
Mm-hmm.
As Roxy, you suggest this, all four of you just here in your head, as appearing, manifesting before you is the Harbinger of the Leviathan. You know, funny you say that. I'm here to cash in on our deal. And Argus just looks utterly disgusted at this Harbinger. Like, he had done his job and he was supposed to remain imprisoned, and he's just glaring at all four of you.
To be fair, you worked really hard not to be our friend at that point.
Really hard.
Really fucking hard.
Exceptionally hard.
I'm still not your friend.
Yeah, see? Doesn't help.
Bullshit.
You kind of like us, though. I can tell. You're warming up. You're warming up.
Absolutely.
Tentacles, what do you want?
The Mycosians, they destroyed my planet. This is the last living Mycosian that the Leviathan did not eat. I want you to kill it. Or else, well, you would have incurred my own wrath by going back on a deal.
But what happens if we kill this Mycosian? Doesn't that just free the Leviathan?
No, someone else must take its role in the pod.
Kol?
I was about to say, science, folks. What's it take to operate this biological control system?
A person.
Someone at the helm of it.
Now, the question for you guys is, if Kol is put in charge, can you trust him to not free the Leviathan?
No. Absolutely the fuck not. And I don't care if I'm the only one that thinks that.
Yeah, no, I also actually agree with that. I don't trust Kol as far as I can throw him. And I'm not telekinetic, so I can't throw him very far.
I trust Kol to accept therapy in some time the next year. That's what I trust.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd give it 2 years.
Really, really good therapist.
I would say 5 with heavy
No.
medication.
He's my project. I can fix him.
Get that man a psychiatrist.
Yeah,
But
I'll do it.
No.
What do you mean, no?
You're a scientist. The galaxy's going to need you. You're an inventor. People rely on your technology. And you, Vanya, are really good at whipping shit around with your mind. That's useful. I am a blade. There are a million of me. There are 100 upon thousands of bounty hunters. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass off my keys to the tour bus, and she's gonna toss them to Vanya. And you guys are gonna go kick ass and save the world. And I'll hold down the fort. Plus, we might need somebody with a little bit of extra strength to keep shit in check here. And no offense to the 3 of you, but I don't see any of you getting up and fist fighting anytime soon.
you have carried us through every fight. But you're wrong about one thing. You're one of a kind. And Vanya gives her a hug.
As the hug happens, you just hear the heavy, slow clapping from Argus This is a beautiful speech, but you must understand that this is my burden. I cannot let any of you go into that pod.
That's
Dude,
Bruh.
we don't.
no.
Let me talk. Come here. I just go up to him like,
As you go up to him, he punches you.
force field again.
All right.
That's fair.
We gotta, you gotta establish a line. And if that's a physical line in the air, that's even better. Ooh. Can anyone help me with that?
I'm out of inspiration. Sorry.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 6.
So someone could use a lend a hand to boost that to a 7.
I'll try to lend a hand.
All right.
I'm still getting punched in the face.
So maybe a little less so.
9.
9. All right. So you succeed, but puts you in danger. So would it be fair that you body shielded it?
Yeah, I'll take the punch to the face.
Yeah. So as you take that, that's going to be 3 wound.
Okay, well, that brings me down to 0 shield, which is fine. But I like to think of it as he's going to rail up to punch them in the face, and Roxxie just takes him and turns him around to face her. But that momentum is just too much, and he just her right in the jaw.
Yeah, clocks her instead.
Right. Sylvia, explain how you're trying to do this that was just sent to me.
Out loud or in message?
Out loud, because we want the viewers to know as well.
Got it. So, while this is all going down, Sylvia goes ahead and steps up towards the pod and just slits the thing's throat and tosses the body out as she steps into the pod.
Oh, damn.
You slit its throat, but before you can step in, you feel the universe almost quite literally shake as the black box has become increasingly unstable. Things are flashing red, and at this point, Argus looks away from you two and does a shockwave clap towards Sylvia.
Psychic block. Protect my friend.
All right, so I'll have you do a hold down the fort for that one.
Yeah, classic.
Me
is
or-
something I'm great at.
For Vanya.
Eight.
8. You are able to you're able to kind of push that away with the psychic blast. The issue is it misses Sylvia and goes into the control panel.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
So now repairs need to be made before someone can use the pod.
Sylvia, unfortunately, you're the best it's got.
Sylvia.
Sylvia's immediately going to try and fix it.
And I'm gonna try to kind of keep it together, like hold on to it, because I don't know what happens when this thing breaks. So if it tries to blow up, there's at least a body blocking the other bodies.
Okay, so you're like being a meat wall, or are you going towards the pod?
case the pod explodes.
Okay. So yeah,
Okay.
you're shielding at the pod, and Sylvia, roll me slap something together to basically MacGyver this thing back. And as you're shielding yourself, Roxxie, Argus is bull rushing you.
That's a 12.
Well, all right, you're able to patch it back up. You guys have moments notice as you can just feel the Leviathan starting to emerge.
All right, now I'm gonna pop in the pod and slam it shut.
All right, I'm going to have you do hold down the fort because you're getting bum rushed right now.
Doc, do we want to try and slow the charging psychic nutcase?
Yeah, I think we should.
All right. Ice his legs, I'll go for the feet. Wait, you don't have ice. I don't know what to do. Do your thing.
I'll stun him.
Do you want me to hold off on making my roll until he makes his?
Yeah. Or you can make your roll, but then just announce it after. And then, so you stun. So I want you to do slinging and swinging for that, and then 11. All right. What Vanya got?
A 7.
A 7. And what was Vanya doing again?
I'm just trying to. I guess I'll just use that to push him again, to move him away from Roxxie.
All right. And then what did Roxxie get?
A 6, but I don't know if I get any bonuses because he's stunned now. That's
So,
why I asked if
yeah.
you wanted me to wait until.
So he's done. He gets pulled back. I'm just gonna say it was not graceful getting into that pod. You take a wound, but it's not really going to matter too much as things start to seal, as this like biofilm goes over the pod and locks you in. Do you have any last words you'd like to say to your crew before you become one with Odyssey?
Bitchin'.
Bitch.
Kitchen.
All right. And as it seals, you say, no! And he's like in this stupor rage before the music plays, filling the entire station as it almost sedates Kol. As you now have control, you can shut the black box, either shutting off the wormhole that was initially opened, or even doing Kol's plan, which I highly doubt. So, or you can shut it off just altogether, and essentially leave it as a prison in the void.
I'm definitely not doing fucking Cole's idea.
Thank God.
So to
Took a long time to think about that there, buddy.
yeah, so to make clear the three options, obviously you're not doing Kol's, so you can do the initial plan of cutting off access to the Praxo system, essentially making it so settlers can no longer come in, or you completely shut down the black box, which would reveal the prism to the naked eye, but you would essentially now have a void, like a literal prison in the middle of the void. So
Keep it hidden, keep it safe, or let it be known.
I want to expose it. So we're gonna let that prism shine in the void.
all right, so on this day, the people of the frontier all saw an anomaly that none of them could understand. The black box itself shed away as this almost magenta hue, diamond-esque shape is spinning in the void. No one can go in, no one can go anymore. But now it is left for the people to decipher, understand themselves. Given that you've done what the Harbinger wanted, he has offered you a way off of Odyssey. And a way to determine Argus's fate. So we'll start with what has the party done with Admiral Kol.
So much therapy.
That's his punishment. He gets to live with the shit he's done and the fact that he didn't get to escape by sacrificing himself. He gets to basically live with it and try to move on.
I offered him a position of initiation in the Void Singers when we second met. I think it's important that he has people around him. He's going to earn a lot of trust or be lonely and miserable.
And he also has rebuilding to do, and he can do that as a Void Singer.
Yeah.
All right, so we've conscripted him into the Void Singers. We'll go. Grant, you've had the tools to bring the antidote to the Blue Eyes Plague and a way to clear your name. What have you done since returning from Odyssey?
After basically eradicating the plague, I have basically cut off all production of anything that's any of the harder chems that I was making and focus on more minor, more like party chems, ones that are less dangerous, more fun, better to vibe out with music too. Trying to make something to remember one of my best customers.
Vanya, you solidified yourself as a not a stationary advisor to the Void Singers, but the conductor gave you permission to continue your life of adventure. And as more of a missionary, did you take up that life?
Oh, yeah. We're going to be on tour for a while.
And Sylvia, you have gained your guardian back, and you have a new family in the tour bus. How have you been handling that life?
The first thing that she did after Roxxie did that was go and honor her contract with Savage Inc. and repair Kilotron. And since then, she's been looking for a way how to free Roxxie, studying ancient xenotech, and also psionics as well.
All right. And you did, send a ranger to help with that, so he's been your research partner. Finally, Roxxie, you're now one with Odyssey. You exposed the prism, and you feel connected in the universe in the way that never has you could imagine. If you could do one deed to the frontier, what would it be?
Wipe away dead money. Dismantle them. They've been nothing but a pest to my friends have done nothing but try to send assassins to kill people. Do what she would have done best. And get rid of a major problem.
All right. No one could explain how or why this happened. But a single bounty hunter said he had a dream. And Gordon one day walked right into the casino and managed to kill every member of Dead Money, establishing it as his own territory.
Oh, that might be worse.
100%
Hell yeah.
worse, but it's great.
Perfect.
Hell yeah, that's exactly what
Yes.
Roxxie would have wanted.
So Gordon now runs the casino.
What did he name his gang? I have to know.
Gordon's Goons.
That sounds about right for Gordon.
It definitely sounds about right.
I love it so much. There is also one other thing.
Mhm.
If anybody takes any time to wash the tour bus, there was a piece of plaque that was covering the original name. The initials that you see are P and M. But when you take off the plaque, it's the SS Prospers and Marigolds. That's right, you little shits. I had that joke. I had that thing hanging on since episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what you were thinking.
Amazing. So, finally, we'll do one last pan out to an unknown location. What was thought to have been the last Mycosian killed seems to have been a miscalculation, even to the Harbinger, as one stands hooked up to various pipings or a breather attached, as various little pings run into their head. Freyja, complete. Lyric observation. Assessment. Those of the praxis system are suitable for manipulation. Phase 2. Time to see how political upset can balance between savages and the rich. Allocation, increased weaponry, resources, oligarchy, freebooters. Let's see how the frontier fares in this. And that is where season 1 ends. Thank you so much for joining me and all of us on this wild ride in wild space. And it's just been such an amazing experience with everybody, and stay tuned for whenever the season 2 announcement is.